let's record this and share a screen. All right, so let me bring up the chat. That was great yesterday. If you guys can keep answering the questions in the chat, that would be awesome. And here we go. So lesson 3, we are going to talk about more about the intersection of we're going to talk more about the intersection of some questions. So let's go over some recall here. Let me just show video panel. No, hold on. I'm just getting this set up here. Okay, so recall, a subset is a set whose elements all belong to another set. The symbol is that weird looking C. A complement is all the elements of a universal set that do not belong to a subset. Symbol is O. An empty set is a set with no elements. So remember that you have that empty bracket. I don't know what this O is. Remember, we write complement like this. So if you have the complement to a subset of A, remember you just put the apostrophe there. So that's a complement. Disjoint is 2 or more sets having nothing in common. So here's an example right here. The circles don't overlap. This is a subset because the circle is completely in the other circle. So new definition. The intersection, the set of elements that are common to 2 or more sets. Okay, so if you see this thing here, you guys have maybe never seen that before. I'll just erase that. Okay, this is called the intersection. And it replaces yesterday what we were talking about, A and B. So remember, we had a couple people struggling with A and B. A and B means at the same time. So where they intersect, same time. So we're not going to write A and B anymore. We're going to write this little symbol. It's like an upside down U. And that is called the intersection, which makes sense because that's where, remember, A and B is this part of the graph, and that's where they intersect, right? The union, now that's a weird word and it's tough to associate, but union is just replacing the or part. Remember, the or is just everything. So if you say A or B, it is actually all of A, if that was A, and all of B. So you would count all of those things, okay? So we are not going to write A and B anymore, or A or B. We are now going to do these symbols. So let me just erase everything, or I'll just write it. These are the 2 things, okay? This is A intersection B, and this is A union B. So remember, this is and this is or. So that's basically all you have to know for today. And there is going to be a couple formulas. They're actually on your formula sheet. So this will help when you don't have a Venn diagram. I would suggest copying this down or however you're taking notes. Okay. Let me erase some of this stuff. If you have an intersection, you will do this formula, meaning if part of the graphs overlap, you will do this formula. And if they don't overlap, you just do this. Now, I'll explain what these mean. So let me go into this one first. All right, so if this was A and this was B, we would say, okay, remember this N means the number. So the number in A or B is equal to the number in A plus the number in B minus the intersection. Now, why this formula makes sense is because, remember, A or B is everything, right? So we want to count everything. Now, if we're counting everything, let's follow that formula. And so the number in A is going to be all of A. Okay, plus the number in B. So that will be all of B. I'm going to pick a different color here. Pen red. Now, if I count all of B, that will be here. Now, as you can see, if I do A plus B, I'm counting this middle section. I'm counting it twice. That's why the black marks and the red marks are there. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract that intersection once. So that's why this formula makes sense. Okay. So let me do this. Remember, you are counting circle A. Okay. You are counting circle B. Let me change color. But as you can see, I've counted it twice. So I'm then going to erase one of the sections, and then that will include everything. And the last one is disjoint sets. Let's go up to this diagram. If we have A and B, remember, A or B is the number in A, so all of this circle, plus the number in B. And we don't have to subtract anything because they don't overlap. All right, so that is the definition part to today's lesson. We are now going to get into these, just some examples. Now, please write in the chat at any point that you need me to explain something or start again or something like that. Okay, so if A is 1, 3, 4, and 6, so let's just call this A. Let's just call this B. Oh, I don't know what this. Oh, okay. Hold on here. The notes are a bit messed up. It looks like this is a different example. So let's start this again. All right, we're just doing up here, okay? If A is 1, 3, 4, and 6, and B is 2, 4, 5, 7, then A union B is going to be, well, if you have a set of A and a set of B, this means or, so you're going to list everything. A or B means 1, and we can put it in order, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the union is everything. All right, that's kind of a silly example, but that's just showing you what the the union means. Okay, let's go down to here. This is a better example. Okay, the prime numbers from 1 to 10 are prime 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay, and the odd numbers from 1 to 10 are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. State the intersection P intersection O in bracket form and in Venn diagram form. So I'm going to suggest something to you guys. And Venn diagram always works best for me. So to visually see it always works best. So I'm going to do this. I have P and I have O. Now, these are the elements in P. So 2, 3, 5, 7. These are the elements in O, 1, 3, 5, 7. I can see that they share 3, 5, and 7. So I'm going to put those in the middle, and then I can just put the rest out there. So 1 and 9. So take a look at that Venn diagram and see if there's any problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the prime numbers from 1 to 10. So the universal, okay, and the odd numbers. Now they're not talking about a universal set, so you wouldn't actually put any numbers on the outside. So because they're not mentioning anything. Okay, state the intersection of P and O. So P and O equals squiggly, just the intersection of the numbers. So 3, 5, and 7. And you're done. Any questions about that? So I guess we showed you these two examples, example 1 and example 2, to show you the difference of when you're writing an or and an and statement. Okay, so an or is both of the circles, and an and statement is the intersection, the middle. Okay, one more definition you'd have to know is this. If you ever see a slash like this, a backslash, it means A minus B. So it includes the set of elements that are in A, but not in B. So when you see this, A minus B, you would write out all the things in A, but then you would subtract the elements in B. Okay? So yeah, I guess we'll get into some examples with that. All right. David surveyed students in his class to see if they had a Wii system or an Xbox, and an Xbox. The information is shown in the Venn diagram below. G represents the universal set games. All right, Wii game and Xbox. Okay, how many students have a Wii? So let's get some answers in the chat. How many people have a Wii? 18. Anybody else want to answer? Yeah, 18 is correct. Remember, they're not saying how many students only have a Wii. If they only have a Wii, that would be 7. But how many in total have a Wii? Well, that would be 7 plus 11 is 18. Very good to the 2 people. Bonus marks for Cole and Lizzie. How many students have an Xbox? On the unit test, Cole and Lizzie get bonus marks. How many students have an Xbox? 20 is correct. You got 9 and 11 is 20. So the total circle of X is 20. So unfortunately, that question wasn't worth bonus. So still Cole, I don't even know what Cole that is. Is that Ivers? Okay, Peralta. So how many students? How many students have an Xbox? We said 20. How many students have both? Okay, 11. Very good. Okay. So this next question is going to be for bonus. I haven't even asked the question. How many students don't have either? 3 is the right answer because you see it on the outside. Unfortunately, Ian, we're just going to chirp you a bit here. That's how you would say that. So minus bonus for Ian. How many students did David survey? That's a very good question. For bonus, let's go. All right, bonus to the first 3 people. Okay, we got Cole with 41. Yeah, 41 would not be the answer, unfortunately. So to get the first 3 people that answered were Chloe, Adit, and Blaine. So that I'm writing this down on my sheet of paper here. All the people that are getting bonus. All right, so 7, 11, and 9. Remember, don't add circles twice. So you add up all the numbers, 7, 11, and 9, and ignore these ones, okay? And that will equal 30. Okay, moving on. I think, okay, we only have 2 more slides, so here we go. Morgan surveyed the 30 students in her math class about their eating habits. 18 of them eat breakfast. 5 of the 18 also eat a healthy lunch, and 3 students do not eat breakfast and do not eat a healthy lunch. So what I want you guys to do is try this Venn diagram on your own right now, and then we'll just ask, when I go through it, we'll ask you to fill it out. So let me start you off with breakfast for this circle and healthy lunch for this circle. So you guys go ahead. All right. If anyone has an answer, or I guess I have no idea if you guys have it, but let me give you another 15 seconds to see if you can come up with something. Okay. So Morgan surveyed 30 students in her math class about their eating habits. 18 of them eat breakfast. 5 of the students also eat a healthy lunch. And 3 students do not eat anything. So let's look at this. Okay, I'm going to call this section 1, section 2, section 3, and section 4. Whoever can write down maybe something like this will get a bonus here. If you guys can write down something like that, that'd be great. First person. Did I lose? Am I offline? 1 is 18, okay. 1 plus 18, 2 plus 5, 3 plus 4, 4 plus 3. Why is there a plus? That's a very good question. Change the plus to equals. Okay, so we got a lot of mistakes here. 1 is 13. Awesome job, Leanne. But you didn't answer the other part, so no bonus yet. 113, 2, 5, 3, 9, 4 is 3. Okay, Lizzie T, let's find if you got this right. All right, so section 1, how I would do this is, okay, the problem that people are having is this says 18 people eat breakfast. So 18 does not go here. If the question said 18 people and you see the word only eat breakfast, then you could put 18 there. But because they're saying 18 people eat breakfast, that means the whole circle eats breakfast. If you eat breakfast and lunch, you're still eating breakfast. So you're included in that 18. So what you would have to look at first is this information. 5 of the 18 also eat a healthy lunch. So logically, 5 people go in the middle. Now, if you have 18 in this total circle, that means 13 are only breakfast. We have absolutely no information for lunch, and we don't know how many people eat lunch. So we would not be able to answer this question. However, they told us these 2 things, 3 students and 30 students in total. So 3 students don't eat anything. So that means there are 27 left over. So 27 are included in these 3 sections. So if you minus 13 and 5 from 27, you will be left with 9. And there you go. So bonus to Lizzie. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to use the formula. All right, because sometimes you don't have a Venn diagram. So how you use the formula is this. What you're going to have to do is fill in. Now there's 4 variables here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. They're obviously going to give you 3 of them and you got to find the 4th. If you didn't have that information, it'd be impossible. So we're going to give you 3 and you got to find 4. Now, A or B is not 30. Okay. It's always the number of people that are included in the number of people that are included in the circle. So we know that you always have to subtract the people that are not in there. So you're going to go 30 minus 3 and get 27. You are then going to say the number of people in the number of people in A. Now the whole circle A is 18. Okay. Now you can make A breakfast and lunch. It doesn't matter. Plus We don't know how many people are in lunch, so we just call that X, minus they told you the intersection, which was 5. If you just do collect 27 is equal to 13 plus X. What the heck is going on here? A plus B, 18 minus 5, 27, minus 13 on both sides. Okay, that makes sense. Minus 13 on both sides is equal to 14. And that is the number in the lunch group. Now, that's the total section of 14. And then you would have to say, okay, 5 people are already accounted for, so that equals 9. All right, honestly, how did you get 13? Okay, 13 comes from me going 18 minus 5 is 13. Just in this, when I filled in the variables, 18 minus 5 would be 13. I hope that answers your question. If not, ask again. As you can see, the formula way is pretty brutal. The Venn diagram, I always suggest to use that first, okay? So what I want you guys to do for this one is do the Venn diagram, but also give an attempt at this formula way. Okay, so go ahead. We're going to give bonus to section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, if there is one. I haven't even read the question. Andrew surveyed his gym class to see if they preferred chips or chocolate bars. All 38 students had a preference. He found that 7 said they liked both of them equally. 19 said they preferred chips to chocolate bars. And how many preferred chocolate bars to chips? Okay, so you got chocolate bars, we'll call, and we got chips. So we have section 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Please answer like we did before. It's 2:52, so I'll give you another 1 or 2 minutes. Anybody got an answer? Anything at all? One new message. Here we go. We go. Section 1 is 12. Here we go. Here we go. Victor, you were first, but I don't know what's going on here. Mariana was second with 126, 27, 319, 40. Cole didn't put section 4, so no one's putting section 4. 1 is 12, 2 is 7, 3 is 12. Okay. So between, all right, let's see. All right. So when I read this, You got chips or chocolate bars, 38 students have, all 38 have a preference. So section 4 is equal to 0. Okay, right on. He found that 7 said they like both equally. So you would put 7 in the middle. 19 said they preferred chips to chocolate bars. Okay, so this section would be 19 because you would not put 12 because they actually did not like chocolate bars. So that's not the middle part. We know 7 was the middle. And now you are left with this section. So how do you get that section? Well, you'd go 38 minus the people that are accounted for, which is 7 and 19, which is 26, and that equals 12. So this section would be 12. So 12, 7, 19, and 0, and I see that Mariana was close. Cole, Victor is 12, 7, so Victor would get the bonus for this one. Yep. All right, so doing it the formula way, okay, Cole does not get bonus actually. So doing it the formula way, N or B, A or B, all 38 kids were included, so we put that in. Cole Ivers is not here. The number in A, we actually don't know. The number in B, we knew to be 26 because they didn't tell you this time, but you would have to know that 7 plus 19 is 26, and then minus the intersection. All right, so 38, and then we would get x plus 19 minus 19 on both sides, so x is equal to 19. And then you guys would be able to fill in the information from there. Okay, moving on. Here we go, last page, and then we're done. 3 examples. Andrew surveyed his gym class to see if they preferred chips or chocolate bars. All 38 students had a preference. We just did that. So we only have 2 examples left. All right. Let me do this. Sorry, guys, just bear with me. All right, that gives us a bit more space. And we can work through that. I'm actually going to holy. There, take your phone break right now while I mess around here. All right, phone break over. Here we go. Okay, Frank keeps track of how many people attend his boxing classes at his gym. In 1 week, 1,000 people came to the club. 171 did not do regular boxing or kickboxing. 490 people did the regular boxing. 537 did the kickboxing. How many people did both? Oh, God. I mean, I could do this right away. First person to speak up in the chat can either say, let us try on our own, or just do it, Mr. OJ. So you guys, whoever wants to say something can. You know what? Just do it on your own. How about we just do that? Okay. So pay attention when you're doing this 2. How many total people there are? How many didn't do anything? How many are in each circle? Remember, they're not saying 490 people only did boxing. They're just telling you how many people were at boxing. Okay, if you guys can give me an answer of how many people did both, that would be bonus. We got Victor with bonus, Leanne with bonus, Lizzie with bonus. And who were the first 3? Chloe, Adit, Blaine with bonus. So a couple bonus being handed out right now. $197, $782, Provenzano. We're looking for how many people did both. $197, $879. How many people did both here, guys? 27. Okay, so this type of question, we got answers all over the place. So let me deal with this one. So this type of question is a bit challenging, but let's call this boxing. And there are 490. And let's call this K, which is 537. Sorry, that's pretty messy. That's a K, and that's 537. So we don't know this, we don't know this, and we don't know this, but we do know there's 171. So unfortunately, in this question, if we do more questions, you'll understand how to do this, but I'm going to show you how to do this with the formula because it'll be really, really easy. So remember, when you're doing 490 and 537, you are counting this section twice, okay? So what you're going to want to do is, you know that there's 829 people taking classes. You have the first circle, which is 490. You add it to the second circle, which is 537. And then you're going to subtract the overlap part, all right? Now, this is pretty straightforward. So why this works is 829 is going to equal 490 plus 537 is 1,027 minus X. Now, why this number is bigger than the total people doing boxing or whatever is because you're counting a group twice in this. So let's subtract 1,027 on both sides. And it looks like you're going to get 198. No? Negative 198 is equal to negative X. And then you would divide by negative on both sides. Let me just write the answer over here. X is equal to 198. So Cole Peralta, I don't know what happened there. It looks like you did the math right. You had the right idea, but so X is equal to 198. Now, if you wanted to fill in the Venn diagram, you would just have to take 198, put it in the middle. 490 minus 198 is, I don't know what those are. I don't have a calculator on me. 490 minus 198 is 390, 292. Okay, thanks. And then 537 minus 198, 349, 339. Okay. Very good. Okay, so The formula does actually help you in these cases. So please remember this, okay? The last one, and this is good. A survey conducted 400 households regarding electronics. The results are displayed in the table. How many households have PVRs only? So the PVR people is 285. I don't know what those, a printer is 320. There was 400 people surveyed and 63 had none. Now, what they're saying is how many have PVRs only? So they're asking for this part, but there's no way of doing this question if you don't do the middle part first. So always when you're doing these questions, you need the middle part. To do the middle part, you got to use the formula. So let's all use the formula here. And if you guys can get this, you're laughing. So the total circle A plus the total circle B minus the intersection, which is what you count twice, should give you the answer. So bonus to the person who can get it. How many are only doing PVRs? $205, $268, $63, $17. Oh God. Let's see what's happening here. I'm going to give 30 more seconds if some people have different answers. I don't know the answer yet. We'll figure it out. Okay, so to start, there are 400, and we're going to minus 63 because that's how many people are not included. So 337 is how many people are in both circles. You have 285 in the first circle. You have 320 in the second circle. And then you have minus X. So you're going to add up the two circles. Okay, Grace, I'll try and help you after. So how did I get 337? Okay, so if you look here, 63 people aren't having any of it. So you would take the 400 total households and you would minus 63, and I'm pretty sure that's 337 unless my math is off. Cole, does that answer? Okay. So 337, I took the total amount of households, I subtract the people that aren't included, and then I will add these two together. The number in A plus the number in B is going to be 605, it looks like. 500, 605. Okay. Now we're going to subtract. We're going to isolate for X. So move this over or balance the equation, however you want to think about it. So that would be 2. I have no idea what that is. 268 to negative 268, right, is equal to negative X. And then you divide by -1 to get 268. So that is how many people have both. But our question originally wasn't both. It's PVRs only. So then they're just trying to trick you. Remember, this circle is going to be 268. right there. So the total circle is 285. And then the leftover to get to 285 is 17. So that's the people that only have PVRs. Chloe, unfortunately, you would get a 2.5 out of 3 on this question if you only wrote 268, because the original question was who has PVRs only? So that would be Leanne, another bonus for Leanne. So each bonus point was worth 25%. So whoever got bonus, that's 25% on the quiz. And Leanne, looks like you get a 50%. That is it for today's lesson. So does anyone have any questions? Now, the questions to do are on the outline, so you guys will have to do that. All we're saying is basically, if you can use the Venn diagram if they give you the middle section. If they don't give you the middle section, use the formula. Or always use both, how about? That will make sure you don't get any answers wrong. All right, so see you later. I'll wait on here. Okay, how will the quiz look on D2L? It's going to be a quiz. You just write in your answers. There'll be multiple choice. There'll be a bunch of stuff. So tomorrow morning it'll launch. I'll launch it at 8 a.m. You guys have all day to do it. I will not be running a class, but I am available for questions. Grace, you didn't need help for the. You said I don't know. If you need help, let me know.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, Grace, I couldn't help you.
Thank you, Mr. OJ. Goodbye.
See ya, Victor. It says there's no homework questions in the thingy. I would just do all of section, what are we, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. That'll help you for the quiz. Let me look, actually. Cole, don't sign off. Bro, what's assignment A and B? That's a good question. Let me look. Okay, I think outlines. What do you mean assignment A and B?
I'll just show you. It says handout A and B.
Oh, okay. No. Go to. Oh, see. Oh, you got the wrong. Where'd you get that?
D2L.
Oh, I must have the wrong outline up there, because that we used to use workbooks for your class. I'll update the new.
Okay. Is it on D12 then?
I'm gonna do that. I'm doing it right now. All right, so that should be it. I'll update D2L right now.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
All right.